Hey guys, it's Austin, and this is going to be, obviously, this is the second channel. I can't put this on my primary channel for the simple fact I am going to swear quite a bit, and this is kind of a thing I wanted to do because, I've done so much anime, but this kind of stuff is kind of like, I want you guys to have some kind of enjoyment out of this, but it gets a little political, so that's kind of why I am avoiding going on my primary channel, because I don't want you guys to sit through if you don't want to, kind of thing. I want to give you guys the opportunity because, unlike, most people, I like to keep my private life with certain aspects away, and I'm never going to really put my political opinion out there because you guys watch me for anime, and that's the last thing you probably want to hear, and I respect that. But nonetheless, this is going to be a story, and I'm going to leave out quite a lot of names. I'm going to just have nicknames for some of these people and go behind the scenes kind of to explain it. And there's going to be probably 3 parts I'm working on because I have 3, like, I guess, stories to tell. And this is the first one, and this is kind of going to really set up for everything. And yeah, it's going to be quite interesting, and it's crazy to say the least. Going to a college that's a bit, I'm going to just say it is liberal, and I'm not, left or right. I'm kind of just, I'm for myself. And the thing is, people are like, oh, then you're centralist. No, it's just, whatever I see benefits me, I don't let, other stuff kind of get in my way. But all at the end of the day, I care about is anime and just enjoying myself because, it's all I have at this point, right? College is annoying as it is, but going through this stuff, I never realized that. I thought anime was like getting more and more popular and people were willing to accept it, but I was completely wrong. And going back to, like, in high school, I never really liked talking about anime because I watched the stuff that people didn't watch. I know I was watching like High School DxD, and I think Eve was one of them, and just I watched so many animes that weren't popular, and I realized the one time I mentioned that, like, watching Cat Planet Cuties, or I don't even remember, I think it was Assassination Classroom, I was made fun of because, I wasn't watching Sword Art Online or Dragon Ball, and just like, okay, I learned my lesson, I won't ever talk about it again. And it's kind of why, if you know me from, like, if you follow me, you know me from high school kind of thing, that's kind of why I never really wanted to talk about that kind of stuff. And I had to kind of basically throw people off for the simple fact it doesn't feel great to be, like, prosecuted for something you like. You're just like, really, motherfucker. I like what I like. I like anime, but I remember I would always watch Naruto, and God, that was spectacular. As much as, talking about big animes, that's one of the big animes I always enjoyed. I watched it, I think, since the beginning. My father made me watch that one, and I watched Bleach. Oh God, that one I do regret, but it's just I'm sorry, I'm going through my history, but nonetheless, getting back to the whole, like, thing, a weeb in college, or the adventures of a weeb in college. It's just, you think it would get better, but no. Apparently, if you like certain things, and as I said, I mentioned it was a liberal college for a certain reason. Yeah, they'll set up for a long, the third part, but it's just really crazy because it's not widely accepted, and the only things that are accepted are like Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, My Hero, Sailor Moon. I think that's actually all there is, and if you watch anything else, oh wait, no, not even Death Note, I think. And Attack on Titan's another one that gets attacked up here, and it's crazy. But, I'm not a fan of the Attack on Titan anime, but I sometimes get personally hurt by people making fun. I'm just like, let people enjoy what they want. But, nonetheless, going to the story. So, I am a very big stickler for, like, storytelling. If you haven't noticed with my Darling in the Franxx reviews, I have a good amount of experience in writing, to say the least, and I can't believe how stupid people are in my college. They can't write. They really can't. And we're doing peer reviews because we did our narrative essays and all that kind of stuff. Have to be cool and like that. But yeah. So, I'm a person that loves emotion and stuff. I will watch, Your Lie in April multiple times just to make sure I hurt, or Angel Beats, and yeah, it's quite funny. You kind of sit down and go, why did I do this to myself? Because sometimes we all have to feel a little pain to be a little alive, don't we? But nonetheless, this wonderful person, I'm going to I'm gonna give her a nickname. I want to call her TikTok. There we go. That's her nickname because she annoys me just like TikTok. But nonetheless, TikTok wrote a paper about her experience, and I'm not going to go into detail, but she tried to play a lot of the, if you don't know, like the pathos. If you don't know what that is, it's emotional like attack basically for the reader. And as much as I wanted to feel bad, I can't, because as a person that's reviewed a lot of like animes and stuff, it's just you kind of learn how to separate yourself and what you have to do. And at some points, you have to do things you know you don't feel comfortable doing, but you have to improve something. And that's what I exactly did. And I felt bad because it was all online, and she took it out of her essay. I was just like, I'm so sorry, TikTok. Not really, not really. But it's kind of sad because even really seeing everything in my like comm class, I don't think I'm the best writer out there, but I don't think I'm below average. I think I'm average, but apparently the average is a lot lower than I expected, and it's sad that I finish my stuff faster than anyone. And yeah, I'm usually teaching with the good old teachers half the time, and it's kind of funny. But I'm not going to mention the teachers or instructors' names because I don't want to get them in trouble or anything like that. But nonetheless, that TikTok girl I didn't realize was a feminazi. And we had we were learning about, the whole rhetorical analysis stuff, and I'm just sitting here trying to ignore everything, and I'm looking at, anime stuff, and I come over, and she's right there like, oh, why are you looking at that stuff? That's objectifying women. I'm like, I'm just looking at anime. I can't look at anime titties? I mean, they're not out there, like, there's no nipple, but it's just like, we all know how anime girl is with her boobs. Are they like, the bra doesn't stay. Well, it stays some magical way, but I got prosecuted with that. I'm just thinking, I'm fucking over 20. I can do what the hell I want. You're not my mother. And the thing is, I've noticed a common theme with those kind of people. If you really try to have a one-on-one conversation with them, and you look at them in the eyes, you kind of sense some disconnection. And it's something I kind of feel bad. I really do. And I'm not trying to be like a jerk or anything. It's just, you notice there's some kind of disconnect. Like, they're not accepting something. And it kind of explains why a lot of bull crap happens here. But nonetheless, she was pushing my buttons because we had to pick videos to talk about the rhetorical appeals, and she brought up a video, and I wasn't surprised about how females go through a lot and commit a lot of suicide, which is factually incorrect if we do look it up. I mean, you can look it up anywhere. Males commit more suicide in the U.S., but at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter about that. It's the fact that a suicide doesn't matter. It's who it is or what gender it is. It's not an arms race. Suicide's a very sad and destructive thing to relationships. It's just, I don't get why it has to be a race, and that's something that pisses me off quite a lot. And I had to bite my tongue because I wanted to say, just shut the fuck up and sit down. This isn't a political class. This is a comp class. This is about English and writing. This isn't your political standpoint. Get the fuck out of the classroom kind of thing. But it's just, I had to go to like a .gov website, and she didn't believe me. And I'm just, what I heard was just like, what? The government lies to everyone. And I'm just like, okay, mindless idiot. And it's sad because I'm being honest, I don't care what sex you are and who you are. I mean, you could be a horrible person. It's just, suicide's not the answer. And I've known people that actually have taken their own lives, and it's just, as I said, it's not an arms race. It's about getting better. It's about improving so you can give more to everyone else and make yourself happy and live your life and experience things you never thought you would. And just, it's annoying. It is. And don't even get me started. Now this is where I'm going to set up for the next couple parts. I have someone I'm going to call her Checklist, and let me break it down to you. And I don't mean to offend anyone that actually is this way. I mean, you can be what you want to be, you can say what you want to be, but at the end of the day, you were born the way you were. I mean, if you want to change that, go ahead, but it's just, careful. That's all I gotta say. And it's crazy, man. It really is. It really is. But yeah, this I'm gonna call her Checklist because for the simple fact she identifies as a man and likes females. I'm just like, you could just say you're lesbian. I have no problem with that. I really don't. And I hear the famous words of, oh, churches think homosexuality is a sin, and I'm thinking, what church? The one I went to, they never said that. We even studied the Bible. I mean, there's certain churches that probably preach that, but if you pick up a Bible, it doesn't really say that. And like, hey, cool, you can do what you want. And the thing is, I have to give my standpoint on this one because people are going to take me out of context. Where I stand with that stuff is, do what you want. I don't want to see it. I don't care if you're straight or whatever. Do what you want. When I walk down this, hallway, I don't want to see a couple making out. I don't care what their sexual orientation is. It's just, oh boy, let me tell you, and God. But no, it's just, and this Checklist kept going on about how censorship is a good thing, and I understand that certain things shouldn't be talked about to certain people because they're sensitive, but it doesn't mean you should censor that entire thing. And the way I brought it up is, okay, so if you want to censor something I say, what if I wanted to censor something you say? That's how it works. It trickles down to that. And she doesn't want me to, or Checklist doesn't want me to use the word queer because it insults Checklist. And I'm thinking, no, that's not an actual, I guess I can understand where they're coming from, but I'm coming from an English standpoint. That isn't actually it's like gay. Gay is just being happy. And I know people are like, oh, you're being, ignorant. No, it's just, I take words for what they are in the definition. If you want to make it into something else, that's your damn fucking problem. It really is, and it just shocks me that people want to censor stuff because they don't want to talk about it, and it just doesn't fix anything. And let me tell you, and the Checklist kept going on about pronouns, and I'm just thinking, what? Why do I have to address you by a pronoun? And it's fucking crazy, man. It really is. I just started to think, what the hell did I get myself into? And this is the one thing I'm going to leave off with. In the second part, we're going to have Checklist show up again, but Checklist told me that Western visual novels or graphic novels are better than the Japanese manga, and I looked at that Checklist in the face and just go, okay, you're a special one, aren't you? Let me tell you guys, I'm never a person that looks and seeks political opinions, and I try to avoid it at all costs because it's just, that stuff I know never ends well, and people, at the end of the day, everyone has an opinion, and you have to respect their opinion, unless, I know a certain side doesn't want to listen to people's opinions. I've learned that personally, and just talking to Checklist, I've noticed that, and just seeing Checklist kind of looking and trying to have, as I said, one-to-one conversation, is just, I sensed something that was wrong with about Checklist, and it's kind of crazy, honestly, and just kind of think what's going on. And as I said, I don't mean to be a jerk like that, but it's just don't be afraid to talk about subjects. If we can talk about this stuff, we can get past it. That's how it works. I mean, in relationships, if you're ever dating someone, you have to talk to them when you're in a fight. You can't avoid stuff. If you avoid stuff for such a long time, you get nowhere. You don't progress, and it's kind of funny because they're progressive people, and I'm just okay, you want to censor stuff so you don't progress. It's just do you want to make everything complicated? Is that what you want? I mean, I can understand some people want to do that, but it's just come on. Let me enjoy fucking anime. If I want to look at anime titties, I'm going to look at anime titties, and just, I know this was a lot less of anime, but a little more personal experience, but it's just crazy, man. That's all I gotta say. Just really fucking crazy these days, people. But I hope you got some of a kick out of this, and just tell me what do you think about Checklist. But anyways, guys, I'll see you in the second part, and as always, you can always check out my other channel. I know some of you might be coming from the other channel to this channel, but if you're new to this channel, I'd cover anime on the other one, so have fun. Anyways, guys, this has been